Popping up at schools across the nation, just say no, but it has nothing to do with drugs or alcohol. It's actually the cry of overwhelmed parent volunteers who say that helping out at their child's school basically took over their lives. Two moms who finally said enough is enough join us now with some different takes on how to manage it. Sarah Auerswald is a blogger in Los Angeles and also a former PTA president. Welcome. And Karen Bantaveras is from Austin, fed up with the logistics. She actually created a website to make it more manageable and meaningful. Karen, welcome to you as well.
Thank you. Welcome.
I want to start with you, though, Sarah, because you wrote in a blog on LA Times, which is pretty interesting. What I'm about to say is not very PC, so get ready. Moms, stop volunteering so much. You say that you really found it impossible to just scale it back, so you went cold turkey off the volunteering. Explain what your life was like that prompted you to write the blog.
Well, I was PTA president. I was going to meetings all the time. I was, dragging my kids along or getting them a babysitter so I could volunteer. And they were getting resentful. I was getting a little burned out, and then I got a lot burned out, and it was too much.
Yeah, you say that it actually broke up your marriage in some ways, right? That you were just always frazzled and always over scheduled, and it took a huge toll on your personal life.
Yes, no, it didn't break up my marriage, but it did take a toll, and my husband was also, saying, I think this is too much. I think you need to scale back, and I just found I couldn't scale back. It was really all or nothing.
I got you. So were people angry at you, Sarah, that you backed away so much after, I'm sure they came to rely on you?
Well, yeah, I mean, people just expect it, I think, but I found also in the volunteering world, no matter what you do, someone will always be unhappy with you, whatever you've done. So I had to start taking care of myself and my family first.
And Karen, let me start with you about what you did. You also felt overwhelmed, which is understandable when you're doing so much volunteering and in some cases also working. You actually tried to make it more manageable by getting organized. Explain what you did.
Absolutely. So I was a school volunteer and a working mom, and I kept noticing that my BlackBerry was filling up with reply all email requests over whose turn it was to help at table time or help at recess. And the more I talked to working moms, we were all overwhelmed with the communication about volunteering. And then I would talk to the moms who were the PTA leaders, and they were upset that it was always the same people helping all the time. Well, for me, this was a disconnect, and it really made sense that we just needed an easier way to include more parents. Everybody wanted to help, but it was difficult to perhaps get to a clipboard sign-up sheet or deal with the communication. So I started a website called volunteerspot.com, and it helps anybody, the homeroom mom, the PTA committee chair, to small nonprofits, organize their volunteers and invite people to sign up as easy as an online party invitation. And what we found is that more parents are signing up, more parents are helping at school, and working parents are finding it a lot easier to find a place to help because they can quickly find a place in their schedule that fits their needs, or if they can't come in person, they can find something, supplies they can bring or food they can send to an event.
It's interesting that you talk about that as a solution because I think what some people fear is getting sucked in, meaning that if you do dip your toe into the water, you're going to be the one that everybody relies on for everything. And what you said is that you found that by getting it online and being able to see the schedule laid out in front of you and know what the time commitment is, that you can actually get more people doing it.
Absolutely, and as a working parent or as a busy parent, it's very easy to say, gosh, I have a little time Thursday afternoon. Looks like my kid's class needs some time or the school needs some help in the copy room. I can go in and make that commitment for 1 hour and feel good that that 1 hour made a big difference in my school and for my kid to see me at school.
And Sarah, you say that just going cold turkey actually made a huge difference. You found time for yourself. Your kids were less resentful as well because they weren't getting stuck with babysitters. But what if everybody took a stand and stopped volunteering? I mean, schools really do rely on it. If every parent did that, what would happen?
Well, of course, I mean, I know that better than anyone, and that's why I kept saying yes to everything, because every need is real, and especially LA, I mean, well, budget cuts are everywhere. Of course, we need this, but if you have people like the 5 of us who were doing everything at our school, you don't want bitter, resentful people at your meetings and doing your things. That doesn't help anyone. You need to step back so other people can step in.
Yeah, you said your kids at one point were saying to you, Mom, why do you always have to be the one doing everything? So I know it can be tough. Sarah Auerswald and Karen Bantaveras, thanks to both of you this morning for sharing your input.
Thank you.